Department and the Physics Department, along with the Science Association of R.K.Talreja College, has organized a wonderful seminar befitting this theme. So I extend my welcome to everyone in today's session titled E-Waste Management. These days, electrical technology has become an indispensable part of our everyday lives. Hence, it is important to ensure that the waste produced due to it is disposed efficiently. First, I would like to invite Professor Neelam Kapoor, the head of Physics Department and convener for today's program, to give us a brief overview of the session and share her thoughts.
Respected Principal Dr. Geeta Menon, Vice Principal Mr. Sunil Khatri sir, IQAC Coordinator Mr. Ajay Singh, and our ex-principal and the HOD of Zoology Department, who is retiring, is the chief guest today. So good morning to all of you, all my colleague teachers as well as students. It's my pleasure that we are today arranging a webinar on this theme. See that we had a COVID time and we understood benefits of the internet and all the electronic devices. जब हम बच्चे थे तो चटनी पीसनी पड़ती थी कुंडे पे और 1 घंटा लगता था उसको, और अब 1 घंटे में हम सारी दुनिया का काम कर लेते हैं ग्राइंडर मिक्सचर की वजह से. माइक्रोवेव, washing machine, and there are many such devices, and the most important is everything in our hand, that is mobile. These are the advantages of electronics, and since we are celebrating today's Science Day, these are the invention because of the hard work of scientists. We must acknowledge the hard work put by all the scientists. It is easy to say that हाँ ये मेरे हाथ में मोबाइल है, मैं इसको यूज कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन तुम्हें नहीं पता कि इसके पीछे कितने फेलियर्स हैं, कितना हार्ड वर्क है. हम एक आदमी को जानते हैं जिसके नाम से सक्सेस मिली, लेकिन हम उन हजारों साइंटिस्ट को भूल जाते हैं जिनका नाम कहीं नहीं आया, पर उन्होंने बहुत हार्ड वर्क किया दुनिया को यहाँ तक लाने के लिए. इन एडवांटेज के साथ साथ हमें कुछ डिसएडवांटेज भी मिलती है, क्योंकि ये डिवाइसेस की एक लाइफ है और उसके बाद हम उसको जस्ट फेंक देते हैं कहीं भी. एंड कोविड ने हमें सिखाया कि अगर हम अपने एनवायरनमेंट को, अपने आसपास की धरती को ठीक से नहीं रखेंगे तो ऐसी परिस्थितियां बहुत बार आएंगी. तो ये जरूरी है कि जो भी हम डिवाइसेस यूज करते हैं उन डिवाइसेस को हम प्रॉपरली रिसाइकलिंग मोड में डालें. और this is what Physics Department had started in 2016. First time we started collecting e-waste, and the e-waste was handed over to the first listed company in India for recycling, that is Eco. Here I am happy to welcome and announce that Mr. B.K. Soni, MD of that Eco company, after 6 years of association, is with us today. He will tell us what is the importance of e-waste recycling, why should we pay attention that we should not throw the things here. आप सब जो भी स्टूडेंट है, एक बात ध्यान रखना है कि हमें अपनी धरती को बचाना है, और उसमें इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइसेस एक इम्पोर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती हैं. आपको जहां जो कुछ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक का सामान जो कचरे में पड़ा हुआ भी मिले तो उसको आप उठा के चले आइए. हमने एक यहाँ पर अब ई ड्रॉप बॉक्स रखेंगे जो कि परमानेंट कैंपस में रहेगा। उसका इनॉग्रेशन हम 2 को करेंगे 11 बजे। आप उसमें वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइसेस जो आपके काम की नहीं है, आपके पड़ोसी से, आसपास से लाकर उसमें डालिए। ये हमारा छोटा सा कंट्रीब्यूशन होगा ताकि हम धरती को बचा सके अपनी अगली पीढ़ी के लिए। यही पर्पस था इस वेबिनार को रखने के लिए। एंड आई वेलकम टू ऑल स्टूडेंट्स, कलीग्स, all the dignitary on the dais, and Soni sir, thank you for coming here and making this event a great thing for us, great remembrance for us.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wise words. I now request Dr. Shanta Janyani from the Department of Zoology to speak a few words.
Good morning to all, respected principal madam, vice principal and dignitaries on the dais, my dear colleagues and students. First of all, I am thankful to the convener of the program, Dr. Neelam Kapoor, for inviting me as the chief guest of the Science Day program. Then today, all of you know, today is Science Day. So let us celebrate Science Day. As rightly said by Neelam Kapoor madam, that e-waste should be handled properly in a careful way. You should not dispose here and there. And today, because of technology only, we have reached to that stage there where we don't have to work anything. Everything is automatically done. Even in hospitals, you see there is a robotic surgeon carrying out the inventions and discoveries. So everything is going to be mechanical. You don't have to move around. Everything will be done like that. But because of that, the e-waste is generated a lot in huge amounts, and that need to be disposed properly. And so today we have with among us a speaker, Dr. B.K. Soni, who will guide you on the e-waste management. I congratulate the entire team for this program. Thank you all.
Thank you once again, ma'am, for addressing us. Next, I would love to take this opportunity to welcome none other than our esteemed principal, Dr. Geeta Menon. A very warm welcome, ma'am. I request you to kindly address this gathering.
Good morning. Today is the National Science Day. Can anybody tell me the meaning of science? No. Science, the spelling, you know the word science, S-C-I-E-N-C-E. It has a full form. Systematic, comprehensive investigation, and you have to explore natural causes and effects. Please take a note of this. It has a big meaning, and you are my future generation which will be taking care of it. Please, my dear students, as rightly presented by the earlier two speakers, scientific development, it started since the 13th century, and today we are in the 21st. Imagine how many hundreds of years Earth never showed us any sign, and pollution is the gift of all technology. And who has actually enjoyed science? We human beings have enjoyed the flavor and fruits of science. But unfortunately, we never realized there is something called we dumping, we polluting the Mother Earth. And Mother Earth tolerated us for all these centuries. And now it has shown up with a big effect called as the climate change and many more. My dear students, as rightly said by many of the environmentalists and ecologists, we have borrowed life from our juniors. We have actually taken their period, loss of oxygen, loss of water. What will happen? How will we live then? So here we are today. We thought we were discussing, we thought we should have a theme for the Science Day, and that was save our environment. You and me equally, we are all responsible for this. And on this occasion to celebrate, we have invited none other than Mr. Soni, who has been helping us for disposing our e-waste. We are really thankful to Mr. Soni. Welcome, sir, to our college. Welcome to RKT College, which we are associated with last 6 years. And my dear students, it is very important for us to realize even a small waste what we accumulate every day in the name of maybe lace packet. I call it even the bindi what I wear. If I throw it every day, it is contributing to waste. If I use it for at least 10 days, I am prolonging the life of that waste to be dumped. So even the panni what you use, if you use for a long time, it's a request. Don't throw everything into the dustbin and contribute to the waste, solid waste. We are responsible for it also. So the earth is yours as well as mine. That means ours. If we can manage it, we can actually protect our resource, natural resource, what is the water, air, soil, which can help us to live further. With this, I would like to invite our guest, Soni sir. The participant is yours. All the best to all of you. Congratulations for attending the Science Day program. Thank you. Over to you.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much, madam. And मैं सभी शिक्षकों को प्रणाम प्रेषित करता हूँ.
Just a moment, sir. Thank you very much, Principal Ma'am, for imparting such valuable wisdom to us. Now I invite Professor Nikita Chandwani from the Department of Mathematics to give a brief introduction about our speaker, Mr. B.K. Soni, our speaker, Mr. B.K. Soni, the Chairman and MD of Eco Recycling Limited. He is also a cost accountant and an additional director on board of MRAI. Welcome.
Good morning, one and all. This is Nikita Chandwani from Department of Mathematics. It's a really honor and privilege to introduce our today's guest speaker, Mr. B.K. Soni. Mr. B.K. Soni, a cost and management accountant by qualification, is chairman and MD of Eco Recycling Limited. He is a first generation entrepreneur who has worked in various sectors, including software and hardware, before foraying into e-waste management in 2004. He was a member of the expert group on e-waste management constituted by the Maharashtra Pollution Control Board. He has been recently inducted as additional director on the board of Material Recycling Association of India. He started the journey in this sector in 2004 to understand and implement technically feasible and commercially viable solutions for increasing e-waste generation and recycling and offshoot of socio-economic growth. In his journey, he has attended and participated in several conferences and exhibitions in different parts of the world. Based on the knowledge gathered, Mr. Soni started EcoDeco to set up India's first authorized and registered e-waste recycling facility near Mumbai. The facility operates in line with the global best practices and provides full spectrum of services with nationwide reverse logistics support to the generators of e-waste collection, warehousing, asset recovery, ITAD data destruction, dismantling, recycling, and recovering of plastic, glass, basic, precious, and rare earth metals. He is the man behind India's first data destruction on wheels facility, a setup that has won many accolades, including gold medal from Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and Lockheed Martin, USA. Mr. Soni has launched EcoReco Education Private Limited, which trains individuals to uplift their lives and make them a part of organized sector, thereby generating the army of waste managers required for accomplishing Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and serving the cause of environment protection at large. EcoReco has achieved several milestones and has set industry benchmark time and again during its journey of more than 16 years. EcoReco is an ISO 9001, 14001, 18001 and 27001 R2 and NAID certified company. EcoReco has won several awards for its best business plan, most innovative technology, recycling on wheels, clean energy track company, corporate recycler of the year from reputed organizations like CII, WRI, NVI, Good Governance Foundation, Department of Science and Technology, Lockheed Martin, USA, and FICCI, Frost and Sullivan, Sankalp and World CSR Congress respectively. Today, we are really grateful to have among us Mr. B.K. Soni. He will be making us familiar with e-waste management. Now, I request Mr. B.K. Soni to take over this session. Mr. Soni, sir, please hand over this session.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much for this lovely
Soni, sir.
introduction. Yeah, madam. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Good, good. सभी शिक्षकों को मेरा प्रणाम और चीफ गेस्ट को आदरपूर्वक प्रणाम। डॉक्टर गीता मेनन, सुनील सर, अजय सिंह साहब, नीलम कपूर जी, आप लोगों ने ये मौका दिया तलरेजा कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट से बात करने का, उसके लिए मैं आपका तहे दिल से धन्यवाद प्रेषित करता हूँ। और बहुत खुशी हो रही है इतने बच्चों को साथ में देखते हुए और उनका इंटरेस्ट समझ में आया कि ई वेस्ट के प्रति उनकी जागरूकता को देखकर मैं वास्तव में बहुत प्रफुल्लित हुआ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और मैं चाहूंगा कि एक छोटी सी भूमिका आपको पहले दूं कि ई वेस्ट होता क्या है। आप सभी जानते हैं ऑफ कोर्स, बट लेट मी जस्ट टेल यू ब्रीफली अबाउट electronic consumption is increasing day by day. We all are utilizing lots of equipment, not only the mobile phone and the computers, but then there are hundreds of devices in our houses and in offices you find, which are made of electronic printed circuit boards containing that. So these are all items which are consumed on day-to-day basis at our end. And after the end of the life, we forget to dispose of them nicely. That is what the subject matter of today, how to dispose of e-waste and how to take care of our health and environment. So I will just run you briefly about a small movie of about 8 minutes, which will give you a good idea about what the industry is, how it is being handled by us. And then I will certainly run a small PPT also to introduce our company's activities. And then I will certainly like to take up the questions if the time permits. Then I would like to take the questions from the students and the teachers, whatever it is. So if I, with the permission of the chair, can I please run the video?
Yes, sir. You can proceed.
Thank you, sir.
The voice is not coming. The video voice is not coming. सर आवाज नहीं आ रहा है वीडियो का. हो पा रहा हूँ. हेलो सर, सोनी सर.
Yes, sir.
सर आवाज नहीं आ रहा है वीडियो का.
Oh, really sorry. One sec, sir. Ishtiaq. Sir, just a moment, sir.
यस सर.
अरे आवाज नहीं जा रही है उस तरफ. आवाज वीडियो की आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Starting.
All forms of life are comprised
Sir, can you hear now?
यस सर. यस सर.
Sorry
Thank
for
you,
that.
sir.
Sorry for that.
of the 5 natural elements: air, water, soil, space, and fire. Any kind of disharmony in this balance may lead to a catastrophe. The digital tide is sweeping everyone in its stride, and India seems to be at the epicenter of the present global digital revolution. The digital sector in India is catching the attention of the world, and we are at an age where a rickshaw driver to a Mercedes owner carry a mobile or a gadget of their own. Where do all the mobiles, laptops, PCs, hard drives, and other waste of 1.3 billion people of modern India go?
With the socio-economic development in the country, the consumption of electronic equipment is increasing very rapidly, and in the same proportion, the generation of electronic waste is also happening. EcoReco came into existence in the year 2005, and since then, we are following very systematic and scientific methodology to deal at EcoReco and handle this waste in a very effective manner.
Conventional processes of managing e-waste are taken care of by unorganized sectors like the kabaddi.
I am thankful to 500,000 kabaddis of this country who have so far managed electronic waste in a way they understand. But unfortunately, their methodology polluted air, water and soil, which has impacted the life and the health of every one of us. But in the bargain, they are the biggest sufferer. They spend almost 40% of their income only on medical expenses. They live not beyond 60 years of their age. Children hardly goes to school, and the ladies are the biggest sufferer in the process.
But e-waste cannot be categorized and disposed of along with other organic or inorganic waste. It has to be managed in a specialized, scientific way to not wreak havoc for mankind. In addition to e-waste produced by individuals, industries create an ocean of e-waste. Needless to say, this humongous amount of e-waste is toxic and has the potential of creating an ecological and health menace. It should be the creator's responsibility to take care of the waste product that the process of creation generates.
I am pretty confident that with the implementation of the e-waste management rules 2016 in the country, we will achieve two major objectives. One, the deployment of resources will happen with the implementation of the recycling system in place. And that commodity, rather than going deeper into the mines, we can utilize the same commodity back and redeploy with the industries. Secondly, we will be able to provide continuity of the business and the employment to the unorganized sector, our informal sector, our kabadis, to continue to feed their family in a very healthier manner after giving them proper skill sets. Keeping these 2 points in mind, EcoReco has drawn a very wonderful plan and approach to National Skill Development Corporation, became a partner to provide this training to this informal sector. And we envisage to provide training to 300,000 kabadis across nation so that they can continue the activity in the segment and provide the nation better service. To provide the best and the most scientific solution to this problem, EcoReco never hesitated in investing in technologies which are the best available technologies in the global market. And we are proud to share that EcoReco has really invested very heavily into all these kind of technologies which meets the environmental objectives.
E-waste generating companies can now make a difference by opting for the services of EcoReco. EcoReco uplifts the lives of kabadis by training them on safety, health, environment and regulation, SHER for short, and make them more efficient to manage the collection processes more efficiently.
There is obvious doubt in the minds of hundreds of people whether with the implementation or enforcement of the e-waste management rules 2016, we will be able to achieve the targets what has been envisaged in the rules. Almost 3.2 million metric ton is being generated presently in the country, and government envisages that almost 1 million metric ton of that is 30% of that, should be recycled in a proper way. To achieve the best results out of that, we need to put 3 things in place: training of the unskilled people, our informal sector, so that we can get them integrated with the formal chain of collection. Secondly, we have to also put into place collection system and reverse logistic network, which is going to unorganized or informal sector or kabadis right now, but comes to the formal collection system. Third, we have to very heavily invest into technologies to recover the commodities out of all these electronic waste. At EcoReco, we call it training, transport, and technology.
Let's keep the 5 elements clean and in balance for growth, health, and happiness with EcoReco.
So thank you so much for watching this small movie. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, great. So I hope that you got an idea, overall an idea about what an electronic waste is and how it is being processed at EcoReco's end. And now I'll be running a small presentation, PPT, so that you can get a greater idea about what are the services are covered under the e-waste management at our end and how we process them in a scientific manner. So is the screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes, sir. So nice. So Eco Recycling Limited, we came into existence, sir, in the year 2004-5 as the India's pioneer e-waste recycling company, the first company which started recycling services in a formal manner in India. And it's a listed company, as mentioned in my introduction. It's the first and the only listed company on the Bombay Stock Exchange, which deals with precisely and only electrical and electronic waste recycling. One sec, sir. I'll just. So a brief introduction about Ecorico. As I mentioned, we came into existence in the year 2004-5. In the year 2006, we installed the first shredder with the magnetic separator for the ferrous metal to separate out of the mix. We introduced in 2008 mobile data destruction and e-waste shredding facility, which won Ecorico gold medal from none other than Department of Science and Technology, Lockheed Martin, and FICCI. For this innovation, we were given this gold medal, and this is almost 13 years before when we introduced. It was really a big change in the system of processing on the spot, destroying the data, confidential and personal information of the corporate and individuals at the doorstep of their own. In the year 2009, we introduced LAMP processing, the LAMP pre-processing unit on the wheels, and deployed that to the industrial clusters for recycling or compacting the lamps, fused lamps and bulbs. In the year 2010, we put in more machineries known as cable recycling, cathode ray tube processing, degasification from the fridges and the air conditioners, compacting them, and recovery of precious metal and sorting of the plastic. In the year 2012, we introduced India's first extended producers responsibility organization in the name of WEEPRO, WEEPRO, known as the Waste Electrical and Electronic Equipment Producers Responsibility Organization. We partnered with funded partner of NSDC for training of the informal sector. We also started CSR assistance in waste management in the year 2016. And since then, our journey is on, and we are putting up more facilities now at our end. So the services being offered by Ecorico, once again, I'm just repeating a few: e-waste management, reverse logistics, data destruction, LAMP recycling, IT asset disposition, asset management, EPR partnering, and CSR enabling. Details of about recycling facility, which you have already seen in the movie. This is the premises where we are located. On the right hand side, you can see another premise which is coming up with the Japanese technology from Mitsubishi and Nippon. These are the pictures you have already seen in the video. This is for degasification of the fridges, plastic sorter, LAMP compactor, balers, and this is our mobile shredder on the left hand side for destroying the confidential and personal information. This particular vehicle travels across nation for destroying the hard disk and the other data devices. And on the right hand side, on the upper side, you can see the LAMP compactor sitting on the vehicle, which also goes door to door. This is a new initiative which we have launched, and I will deal with this later on in detail. This is known as Book My Junk mobile app has been developed, and we are extensively launching it on 18th of March this year on the day of Global Recycling Day. Under this model, anyone can log in and register themselves on the mobile application, as well as can go to bookmyjunk.com and register, and we collect the electronic waste from your individual houses and the offices personally. IT/AD service, we repair and remarket the electrical and electronic devices which are used for steel. These are certain processes which are being adopted before it is marketed back. This is our center where we upgrade the electronic devices before we put into the market. Data destruction services. We are one of the finest companies in this segment, and we provide services to multinational companies, BFSI, and large companies which are very much concerned about their confidential and personal information sitting on the data devices. We have 3 different services under this. Blanco is one of the global, one of the finest software globally, which we use for cleaning the hard disk and the other data devices. We also use the degaussers, which disturbs the magnetic field of any hard disk, and physical shredding of media devices, which you have already seen the vehicle, which goes door to door for destroying this data devices. So these are the degaussing equipments. This is the shredder truck, which you have already seen. Lamp recycling also, we can do the same way, send it across to the doors. Reverse logistic, we use our own fleet of truck, as well as we use the third-party services for collection of all the end-of-life equipment from the offices and individual homes. This is EPR, Extended Producer's Responsibility, which has been introduced in the rules in 2016, under which the producers are obligated to collect back end-of-life equipment from the end user in a certain percentage. Presently, it is about 30 to 40% of what they have sold in the market. They have to collect back and give it to Ecorico and any other recycling company for recycling purpose. These are the collection boxes which we install in 2 locations, educational places and spiritual places, with an object to create an awareness as well as a change in habit, that whenever you visit to schools and colleges, or you go to Mandir, Masjid, Gurudwara or churches, you can take along small items with you. You can keep depositing it in this item boxes, which are installed in the schools and colleges at many locations in Mumbai alone and Thane also. Skill development program, as a funded partner of NSDC, we provide under the name of Ecorico Enviro Education Private Limited. These are the certification from the Central Pollution Control Board and Maharashtra Pollution Control Board. Certain certificates, certain awards, accolades. So from my end, this is an end of the presentation. I'm open for further discussion. And if any questions are around, and if you, yes, please. Hello.
Sir, you are audible.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I just opened the, for the questions and answer, or if you have any further queries for me, sir.
Sir, right now in India, what percentage of the e-waste is recycled?
Madam, it varies between 2 to 5%. According to my estimates, it's not more than 2 to 2.5%. The rest of the material goes to informal sector.
Thank you, sir. Another question is, how much do we spend on that for the recycling?
How much?
We just want to get a sense that company has to spend on it, or we are going to get something from the e-waste.
Okay, so when we purchase it from the corporate, bulk quantity is being accumulated by them, and we lift that large quantity, and we certainly pay a price for that and collect it. But when we are collecting it from individual houses and the offices, then obviously the cost of collection is too high. So in that case, we are unable to pay any price or any value to the individual subscriber of the e-waste.
That is okay, sir. But suppose I am taking 10 kg of e-waste. What is the output we are going to get? Means metals and all that what we collect from it. Does the company is able to bear the cost from that of the recycling or not?
So if I take an example of 10 kg, then obviously I can very well say the fractions. Generally speaking, about metal is about 40% and 30% is plastic, and remaining is glass and cables, and I mean those different hazardous waste are there. These are the broad numbers. I'm just putting it before you. But in case of the mobile phone, this number varies. In case of a printer, this number is different. In case of a fridge, this number is altogether different. So different items, different electronic devices or electrical devices have different contents. As far as the cost recovery is concerned, for a small kg of 10 kg, it is very unviable. But if it is 1 metric ton, it really gives us some kind of margin to save.
Okay, thank you, sir. One more question last is, if we recycle the e-waste, again there will be a waste generated. What do company do with that waste?
So when post recycling and recovery of all the metals and plastic and glass out of this electrical and electronic devices, the hazardous substance remains, and that hazardous substance can be recovered technologically. There is nothing, no challenge as such in terms of the technology that can be completely recovered, but commercially it becomes sometimes unviable to recover them. That ranges between 4 to 5% of overall electronic and electrical waste.
So what is done with that? Where it is thrown away, or what is done with that waste?
So this particular hazardous waste goes to hazardous waste disposal facilities. In Mumbai and surrounding area, we have about 2 or 3 such facilities which are registered with the Maharashtra Pollution Control Board, and we provide it to them. They dispose of. They have their own system for disposal of hazardous waste. Whatever comes in from other industries also goes to them. Similarly, from e-waste industry also goes to them.
Okay, thank you, sir. We'll continue with the program.
What a wonderful, engaging, and informative session. You have our sincerest thanks, sir. To express our heartfelt gratitude on behalf of all the attendees, I would like to invite Professor Parimita Sharma from the Department of Zoology to present a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sushri. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, sir. I feel privileged to have been asked to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of entire team, would like to extend my hearty vote of thanks to our resource person, Mr. V.K. Soni. Sir has very well explained the concept, types of e-waste and its management by EcoReco. Thank you, sir, for your informative talk. Definitely, from here on, we are going to properly dispose our e-waste, and we are having the same in our college, which is continued since long. I also like to express my deep gratitude to the principal, Dr. Geeta Menon ma'am, for her continuous support and encouragement for the organization of this seminar. I would also like to extend my thanks to Professor Neelam Kapoor, Head of the Department, Physics Department, and Professor Bhagyashree Pathai ma'am of Convener Science Association for their extensive guidance and organization of the seminar on e-waste management, which is a necessity of today. I am happy to express a vote of thanks to all the faculty members of Science Association, Physics Department, technical team, student members for making this webinar a success. Finally, I would extend my thanks to all the participants, students, teachers for their presence and making the program a huge success. Pardon me if I have left anyone. Once again, thank you all. Over to you, Sushri.
Thank you, ma'am. I once again thank each and everyone present here, to the faculty members who took time from their busy schedules, and to the students who could chill at home because of the dismissal of lectures but still chose to come here. This really proves your scientific attitude and dedication towards a better future. I would like to extend a special thanks to the speaker, our convener and coordinators for organizing and delivering this wonderful session. I am grateful to the Physics Department and Science Association for giving me the opportunity to host today's event. With this, our program comes to an end. I, Srishti Sharma, sign off. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Soni sir. Thank you, sir. Kuldeep sir, you can close the recording and this thing. You can close the meet, but all of you put the feedback link, share on the Zoom. Zoom में. Just wait, Kuldeep sir, just wait for a minute by the time students fill the feedback form.
Hello, Kapoor ma'am. Bharat sir. Kapoor ma'am. Bharat sir.